I have never seen a rebar structure like this before. The scale is immense, and just how dense the rebar is also quite spectacular. This is just a small fraction of a segment, and a segment is just a small fraction of one element.
The whole idea is to cast every second in the same environment. So that means that in this temperature difference, we can work with to cast the segments.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
We're gonna climb to the top. This is absolutely enormous, and in just a few days, this will all be covered in concrete and curing for the next step in the process, sliding it out this building and into the wild. Here is the first segment that was poured for this element. Once this segment was poured where I'm standing right now within this formwork, it was slid further in that direction to make way for this second segment, which is now being set up now with the formwork all around us. Once this is then poured, it's slid further to make way for the third segment. And they keep sliding it and sliding it and sliding it until they've poured all 9 segments within that element. And at that time, the element is out of the building and ready to be floated. This is the end of one of the elements. The fabricator up there in the boom lift, good scale, these are absolutely enormous, is building out this steel ring that will go all the way around the end of the element. And this is critical because that is where the GINA gasket will sit. The GINA gasket is this rubber squishy gasket that will be sitting on that element, and as it connects to the other element, they'll be using a vacuum, and the vacuum will bring those 2 elements together, and that gasket will be in between, squeezed in between, which creates that watertight seal while it's at the bottom of the ocean. There's some final prep work that all of these workers are doing on these elements before one of the most critical parts of this whole operation happens, and that's the flooding of that area. They are fitting bulkheads on either side of those elements there so that it is airtight. And then the gate will shut behind those 2 elements, and this entire area will then be filled with water above almost those 2 elements. As the water starts to rise, believe it or not, those will both float because they're sealed off and they have that air within. And then they'll lower the water down to sea level. Once it's at sea level, tugboats can grab these 2 elements and pull them through this little channel here out into the work harbor, and then they'll be ready to be towed out to the ocean to be set on the seafloor and connected